Oh my. Okay, we'll read that in a bit. Lemon! Surely this is our lemon and not some random passerby in chat who is named Lemonade. Is that how do you read this? Lemonade? Lemon. You use them, yo. For animals? For gardens? For fish? Limon. Yes. Happy anniversary! Here's to more fun times in stream. Kampai! It's Italian? Limon. Limone? Limone? Educate me. Alright. This is a long one, but a goodie. Alright. We also have a garden. Oh, that's so beautiful. I don't think... stop me if I'm wrong, but you're sounding very cottagecore right now. I am full admiration. I know a cottage... I know the actual life of a cottagecore is like grit and hard work and sweat and early hours and late nights and tired, but also reuse, reduce, recycle. Oh. Stop me if I stepped over a line there. Okay, if I were a boss type enemy in a game of my choice, what would I look like? What would my strengths and weaknesses be? If a player attacks a specific spot, what would be the critical hit spot, giving them a higher chance or guaranteed critical hit? I wouldn't say I thought about this too much, but I'm giving this 30 minutes. I'm giving this 20 minutes. Your weakness is procrastination. Quiet, you. This is a boss battle. That means this is probably my best form. This is probably me on my best day. So shush. Now, when we're talking boss battles, we're talking 3 phases, right? First phase. You don't even see me. First phase is a dungeon. First phase, you walk into a cage and suddenly the lights go dark and you have to fight like thousands of tiny creatures, like clawing at you, climbing up your shins, like biting and grabbing and gnashing and kneading and and tearing you apart as best as they could. You can't see them in their full capacity, but you see pinpricks of eyes, just a little bit of glow to something otherwise dark. And at some point you realize, oh, burn it with fire. And you find light. And you see just these weird little cloaked creatures of different colors, but they all have like these weird little knives, and there's these like weird little pets and these weird little decorations on them. And they hiss at you, and they claw at you, and I want to go up fight in my stead. And once you thin their number out and they can't like fight you in droves anymore, and you can step on them more, that's when second phase comes up. Now, second phase is the room shifting to the side, and it's shaking whatever room it is that you're in, and it's to the point where you have to roll like dexterity over dexterity over dexterity checks, and most of the time you have to avoid either the alive creatures that we call lovingly grubs trying to poke your eyes out and getting another chance to like gnash their teeth into your skin. You also have to avoid the dead ones. And the dead ones, they don't really do much. It's not like they're poison or anything, but their blood and gore do get in your eyes sometimes. And when it gets in your mouth, it doesn't really taste that well. So yeah, sometimes you trip, you fall into like a pile of dead corpses. That, was your fault. Now, once the shaking and rattling is over, and if you survive that, that's when a hand suddenly, like, it looks like a hand. It reaches out to you, and And then there's another hand that reaches out to you, and suddenly you have to avoid these hands just swatting at you, like slapping you, punching you, like flicking you, pinching you, throwing you away, ragdolling you. And for some reason, these hands don't really hurt the grubs. If anything, they scoot the grubs aside, like they're sweeping them into a corner like a broom. And the more you cover yourself in the blood and gore of the corpses of these tiny creatures, the less the hand seems to realize where you are. And once you realize that you can actually escape the dungeon, like sneaking away. This sounds like something I'd find in Hollow Knight. Once you realize that you can like just escape, sneak away into like a tiny little crevice that you need like a really high perception roll to find, or a luck roll or something, you find yourself like in this weird dark nook where a taller version of those small creatures is just sitting down on. Well, they're wearing like a VR. They're wearing like VR glasses and like these Then they're playing like a VR game with like they're with those like controllers on. It's like those glove controllers that have the buttons on the palms and stuff. And similar to the grubs, except this one's distracted, they seem very easy to kill. So I like to think that you have the option to spare me or to just immediately yeet me. So, you can either go for the discussion route where, we can talk about it. What are you doing here? What's going on? And I give you like my entire sad lore and backstory. And you can choose to either make me join your party or just leave me alone. Since enough blood has been spilled, you freaking trespasser. There is no treasure here. I'll give you like my entire life savings. Just leave us alone. It's like $10. Or, just end it. And, get the $10 anyway. You can get the $10 off my corpse. There isn't really a critical hit spot. The entire body is a critical hit spot if you knew how to stab. Like, heck, I think a good stab in the neck is just as fatal as a stab to the heart. It's just a matter of time, comparatively. You know how vampires joke? In those vampire shows, they joke about, I thought only I thought only a wooden stake through your heart could kill you. Yeah, well, any wooden stake through anybody's heart could kill them, Johnny. Or like, I thought like garlic is poison to you. I'm allergic. It makes my throat swell, Johnny. Yeah, a critical hit. Yeah. Like any of my vital organs. Pick your poison. So yeah, I like the unsuspecting bosses. I like that trope of like it's very Wizard of Oz coded, where you know how Wizard of Oz paints himself in this like performative robot that looks like he's the grand all be all of all things, and then you find out he's just some dude behind some smoke and mirrors. Like, I like that. I think that's funny. It's like everything Wizard of Oz problematic aside, like I like that trope. A silver bullet can kill me well. Any bullet will kill anyone. And I think anything can kill me. I think it's not limited to the gods. I think a big tree falling down over me can kill me. Or a dedicated duck with a knife. Like, you're not special. Boss, the audacity! You came into my house looking for treasure, you petty thief, and now you want to loot my corpse as if murdering my entire, what do I call the grubs? Like murdering my entire colony of experimental clones wasn't enough? You want to, take my $10 too? that like comedy choice of bosses. I think Undertale did very well with comical bosses. Aside for I think Papyrus was the best comedy boss. You'd think that his boss fight would be something else, but no, it was literally a date. And then he goes on and brags about you to his brother, and then he brags about you to his boss, and he's such a really fun guy. Like, yeah, his personality probably has to grow on you, and he probably will never grow out of his narcissism, but it's not the problematic kind of narcissism. He's a great guy. On a different streak about that, like, not me, something else. A trope I also really like is the unsuspecting boss. So, which, back to Undertale, Sans encompasses so well. Like, he was just a dude, like 80% of the run. He was chill, he was giving out puns, he would like, and like, by the end of it all, through your genocide run, you find out he's like this secret boss with the worst possible like fighting sequence known to the history of platformers, and I thought that was so cool. Like that was one of I knew very little about games until Undertale, and that just blew my mind that that there could be such amazing storytelling and personality. Like, it's not limited to anime, apparently. You could have incredibly cool but incredibly likable, like, well, he's not an antagonist, I wouldn't say. I guess he's antagonizing the character, our protagonist, your antagonist. What's the term for that? But back then, I was kind of a snob, and I thought like, oh, no Western media could ever compare to anime. Like, the art styles are just so different. Ain't no way Western media would be able to tell a story the same way anime would be able to tell a story. Oh my lord. Undertale, peak. I think to this day it still holds up. It's a very long playthrough, and if you're really going through the nitty-gritty, it's gonna take forever and a day. Well, give or take a week. But holy crud, Undertale opened my eyes. Like, even when I was going through my Homestuck era, I was still very much leaning toward the anime fan art of the things. Steven Universe as well, but I knew Steven Universe after Undertale. Like, even when Steven Universe, Adventure Time, what else? That Undertale, Homestuck, these are just media. These are Western media that made me realize, oh, even they can freaking tell a story. That's not like just one-off things with a weird schedule. Gumball, I love the jokes on Gumball. I think it still holds today. Like, the fourth breaking in Gumball is crazy. It was so good. I think I went through an OKKO phase as well, but I don't think I ever finished that series. I'm pretty sure I finished Adventure Time. I don't think I haven't watched. I have not watched Fiona and Cake. There is a legitimate Fiona and Cake series. I think it was HBO Max that released it. I have not watched it. I want to, maybe someday. Not today. I don't have the wherewithal. I am saving my energy to binge watch things once Apothecary Diaries Season 2 is all out, and then I'll be watching that. I think Apothecary Diaries Season 2 ends first week of April, so I'm waiting for that. But yeah, in terms of like epic boss battles, Undertale was one of those things that made me realize, like, oh, boss battles, like, games aren't just for games, like, they tell a story, and Undertale did it so well. The way you can fight different bosses based on different stories, and I'm pretty sure like games like Elden Ring and like a lot of Souls games does that as well, but those were not my art styles. Those art styles did not appeal to me, unfortunately. So I never touched those with a 10-foot pole. God forbid. And even like the cutesy anime ones usually were a miss for me for some reason. They like Infinity. I am so happy with Infinity Nikki. Infinity Nikki like checks all my boxes, and the fact that the boss battles there aren't Souls-like is such a blessing. I could not handle another, like, I can't even handle Genshin and HSR. If Infinity Nikki were to top those, like, I would be down on the ground. Remember when games were so unforgiving by not making able? Oh, my entire Mario run. We used to have this game where Mario could ride like Yoshi or something, and you no, I think it was just classic Mario, and the Yoshi one was a different house. Yeah, like I think the best save we had were in groups of levels, and you'd had to start from the start of that group at best. Like, I would keep replaying the same levels over and over again because those were the only levels I could beat. The moment I get past like the water level, I know I was gonna die, so I might as well ended it early. I want to go back to when things were easy. Make it so that I can win. And I did. Those are good times. I wouldn't say I miss it in a sense. I think what I don't like about games nowadays is the fact that you always have to be online. Which is granted a lot of my fault as well because I keep choosing those games. Genshin, HSR, like Infinity Nikki, those are on me for choosing those games myself. And I get it that it's the money maker. It makes sure people have like the game time, the screen time on your game. It keeps people interested, and people are interested to like get more content on your game. And to get more content on your game, they spend money on your game. And now that they've spent money on your game, they don't wanna waste that money in your game. So they keep playing your game, and your game asks them to keep logging in every day. So they keep logging in every day, and now it's a fallacy. It requires to have a high spec device. Or it requires to have a high-spec device. My dream for the longest time was to play Minecraft. So I saved up months of my first, of the salary of my first job, only to find out that I can't play Minecraft. I think back then we weren't allowed to buy Minecraft in the Philippines. I don't know now. No one quote me on this. I don't know now, but back then I was not able to buy Minecraft. So I was looking for a different game, and the universe sent me ads of Genshin Impact. And now we're here. Oh, those are the days. Your cousins have Minecraft. I have Minecraft now too. My Minecraft is as legal as my Microsoft and possibly everyone else's other games. I can probably buy it now, but I already have Minecraft, so why bother? Also, the thing I realized about Minecraft is once I started playing Minecraft, I realized I wasn't really a fan of playing Minecraft. I just liked watching it, and I think that was a tough thing to make peace with. Because it was always my dream to play Minecraft on a reasonably good computer. So when I realized that I liked watching Minecraft more than playing Minecraft, it was a big hit in the sense that, well, then what else am I supposed to do now? How would I know if I want to play a game versus I want to watch a game until I actually play a game? And that fed into my rules that I will only buy one game per year. So that even if I realize later on that I would rather watch it than play it myself, at least I know I only spent this amount of money for the next foreseeable future. I I gotta be responsible with my paychecks. I gotta be responsible on how the economy keeps thriving. Minecraft's forever. I can always come back to it. That's true. I can. It's just that when I did play Minecraft, I was more interested in the mining aspect. But to get to a comfortable place of mining in Minecraft, you need to go through a lot of other levels. Like you have to get a pickaxe, you have to get a diamond pickaxe, you have to get enchanted diamond pickaxe. Then you have to go to the Nether and get like a netherite pickaxe, and then you're gonna want mending on your pickaxe, so you get a villager, you start a villager farm. Now you're gonna need experience for your pickaxe, so you go make a mob farm. Oh, now the mob farm isn't really supplying you with enough experience. Oh, now you have to go to the end and make an end farm. And to get to the end, you have to fight the dragon. To fight the dragon, you have to be decked out. You have to be like kitted out. So you go get a sword. You go get armor. And so many quests. It's so many quests. I would love to play in. As much as I would love to play in like a co-op where someone else does all the work for me, you can only play for so long with that kind of setup, you know? At some point, I just go back to watching Minecraft. I just enjoy other people doing all the work. If you want to add some spaz to your Minecraft play, join a server like Wingcraft. That means I have to socialize. If I don't socialize, I'm gonna end up being the quiet kid. And that sounds rude. Like, I don't mind being the quiet kid. It's just that I also like socializing. But if I do socialize, that's still gonna take a toll on my battery. So I don't bother socializing at all to keep it easy. You're a quiet player? I think it's about starting something new. It's always difficult for me to start something new. It takes a lot of push. Yep, 2, 1, and there's time.